In years past, this has been the place where we've kind of kicked off the Grand National Tour. Now it sits third in our schedule. But Greg, this is a special place because a lot of guys have been here. They've got a good history. And in today's show, we're going to go with the small and the large, minis and the super semis.
They don't weigh any less. They don't weigh any more.
Yeah.
Minis are 20,000. No, semis are 20,000. Minis are 2,050. I always mess that up. But anyway, it's going to be a great show. You know, a lot of previous winners are here tonight in both classes. It ought to be a lot of fun. Anybody can really win here. I really believe that because it's happened time and again.
Well, and you think about this. This was the place where he kind of kicked off the points tour. We've already had 2 events right now, so we're kind of getting into the groove. And a lot of guys would like to be able to turn their season around, so to speak, with a good showing here.
Yeah, either you had a weekend in Benson or you had a weekend in Farley, and you're coming in here and hoping to catch up or continue to put the pedal to the metal, and that's what we'll see here today.
NTPA Championship pulling coming from Hutchinson, Minnesota here again this week. The Power Pole Nationals. Well, what a great event. Great hamburgers, great feeling right here. And we bring you a full pole laden class. And kicking things off with a guy that retires every single year and has for the last 25 years. He's been pulling for nearly 50 years. It's the Buckeye Special. And Rick Peters behind the wheel. He had pulling championships before half of the people watching the show were even born. Boy, very straight. Nice hook. 335.045.
And veteran Peters will take that pole and they'll open our class with that mark to beat on a 350-foot track.
That is a pretty nice effort right there as he comes through. Now it's Grandpa's Disaster. This out of Denmark, Wisconsin. And the systems engineer at Point Beach Nuclear Power Plant, Brian Guza.
Yeah, and must be a little power plant nuclear green there on the fenders.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've done very well. 7th on the tour last year, 2nd in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, former winner as well.
Now he's just going to go done very quickly at 260.9.
Yeah, that's an interesting stop there. He's checking it out. Looks like the blower belt's still intact. I don't know if it's a fuel shutoff. He's checking the kill switch. A lot of questions there.
Well, next up it is Renee Theobald out of Shelbyville, Indiana. She and her husband Doug have been pulling for a long time. Now their children are also doing it. Grain farmers out of Shelbyville. Renee and the Pretty Wicked.
Yeah, and new for her this year, although last year she did share some of the driving on their Little Wicked machine. This is brand new for Renee for 2023.
Wow, that is the package put together. She drove that straight as an arrow, 345 and 4.
By 10 feet, the veteran takes the lead over the Buckeye Special. It's been a good weekend for Renee. She got a 3rd place yesterday.
Uncle Dave Motorsports up next, the UD here. They're contractors, and Chase Richardson has it coming out of the Kentucky with the Vibrator.
Yeah, 5th place in the points last year, and he finished 3rd last night. Renee was 5th the night before, excuse me on that. But had some 2nd place finishes last year. Looking for a win. It's been a little while for Chase.
And a pretty good effort. Everything looks like it's going to stay intact there. 317 and 3.
That Vibrator comes up a bit short, but good enough for 3rd place currently.
One of the winningest competitors in all of the supercharged engines here. It's Adam Bauer coming up. This is the Iron Toy, his mini rod effort.
Yeah, he's had championships in light unlimited, heavy unlimited, mini rod. And I'm thinking he had a modified championship. I mean, he's well decorated, no doubt.
Just exactly what you'd see. Hammered down, durable, nothing fancy at the very end. 329 and 8.
That's going to move him into third place. 16 feet short of Renee Theobald.
Up next, out of Arlington, South Dakota, 10 years pulling, and this young lady started pulling micro minis at age 13. It's Carla Patiska in the Workin' Knights.
And a flight instructor as well. It's interesting to watch Carly come out this way, and they do very well. The tractor normally hooks up very well and makes a good straight pass.
Carly ends up at 275 and 4.
A solid run for the South Dakotan. Our leaders continue to be Renee Theobald, followed by Rick Peters and Adam Bauer.
We will go from South Dakota to the great state of Maryland. And this is the Very Little Sanity. The driver here has had a great history in two-wheel drive pulling. Brian McDonald coming to play with over 40 years pulling experience.
And last year's best performance was second place in Fort Recovery, Ohio. And last night, this tractor was sixth in competition.
Very Little Sanity coming up at 325 and 7.
And Very Little Sanity sneaks into the fourth slot, just a couple feet shy of Iron Toy. Pretty Wicked is leading the way at our halfway point in the mini division.
Waitsville, Indiana is home to this next puller who has 2 championships, a couple of runner-ups, and 3 Bowling Green ring wins. It's Adam Kester and the Beast of Burden.
Yeah, and this is one of 3 Kester team machines here tonight.
Waitsville, Indiana. This one he calls the Beast of Burden.
Well, it's the 1 of 3, and he was all over the place there. That won't be a very good pull that he'll remember. 287 and 1.
Yeah, Renee Theobald still leading our KPXA mini modified class here in Hutchinson, Minnesota.
You know what? We've got more pullers coming up, so stay with us.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
Wherever the road leads, Mac Trailer has what it takes to get you going. We bring you closer to your trailer and the support you need with more than 1.8 million square feet of manufacturing space across the nation. No matter where you go, you can easily connect with our trusted dealer network of more than 135 authorized dealers in the U.S. and Canada. Simply put, Mac Trailer is here for you. We've built our legacy. Now let's build yours.
The NTPA Web Mall at shopntpa.com is your online outlet for NTPA championship pulling apparel and merchandise that suits your style and shows your love of your favorite motorsport. NTPA Championship Pulling Attire identifies you as a proud pulling fan, and it makes great gifts for family and friends. Piggy banks, travel mugs, toys, and collectibles. It's all there and available 24/7, 365 at shopntpa.com.
Tired of spending hours shuffling through paperwork and spreadsheets to understand your financial situation? With Traction Ag, you'll have a farm accounting system that ties your actual numbers back to your fields and crops. This way, you know your exact cost per acre and bushel, giving you more insight and decision-making power. Easily connect all your accounts for a simplified look at your operation, all in one place. Traction Ag, the only cloud-based accounting built for farmers.
NTPA Championship Bowling is presented by Case IH. Be ready with Case IH. By O'Reilly Auto Parts. Mac Trailers. Hot Shot Secret. Sempico Lubricants. And by Enderley Fuel Injection. We are in the midst of the mini rod class here in Hutchinson, Minnesota, the Power Pole Nationals. Jerry Lee Cornett comes next from Graybull, Wyoming. We have got them all over the map here. It's called the Happy Days.
Once upon a time, we were in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
1991.
Lee Cornett comes to us out of Wyoming.
Boy, he was taking the long way home there, and it wasn't, I don't think for power, 277 and 8.
And Jerry edges out the Working Knights Mini by a couple feet. They both have the "Sorry Not a Hemi" sign on their fuel tank.
Here comes again Adam Kester. This is the Shell Rotella-backed ride of the Footloose for Adam.
Yeah, obviously this one was made famous by his father, Larry Kester, who's been gone from us since 2019. Minor Brothers engine on board. Shell Rotella sponsors.
Boy, that kind of bent the same way that the other one did towards that sideline over there. 293 and 9.
Adam does a bit better with Footloose, but not where he'd like to see it. Renee Theobald is still commanding our KPXA mini class here in Hutch.
Next up, it's C.J. Grazik out of Kentucky. Used car salesman here, been pulling for the last couple of years. Got a pretty good resume, and let's see what he can do. A 17th overall at Farley. Let's see what he's got session 1 last night, an 8th place finish.
He had a first place finish here last year, so he certainly would like to replicate that here today.
And the pile driver down at 302 and 5.
Yeah, a lot of veteran drivers are still trying to figure out this Minnesota clay. Pretty Wicked, Buckeye Special, and Iron Toy remain our top 3 minis, and we'll be wrapping things up.
Troy Arndt comes up next out of Sac City, Iowa. A farmer and involved in trucking, been pulling for about 17 years.
You see Adam Bauer there. This was a former Cowboy Up. Has a little bit of a facelift, and Troy is back, and he won last night here, so he'd like to duplicate that.
And he calls that ride back and black. 333 and 3.
New number 3 man is Arndt bumps Bauer down a notch to 4th. 4 more to go here in our KPXA mini modified division.
This is the 2022 NTPA Rookie of the Year and the 2022 Enderley Pull-Off winner. This young man has done pretty well in the last 3 years. Grant Theobald, Little Wicked.
Yeah, Tears of Joy in Chapel Hill's winner circle last year. Quite a good season for him. Second place overall in the points.
Boy, he was smart and just shut it off as that front end was banging down hard, 268 even.
A lot of up and down there, kind of uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I think he's more disappointed with maybe the driving there than anything else. We'll bring up yet another Adam Kester back ride, Waynesville, Indiana. And Adam brings out the walk the line.
One thing I can tell you, Doc, we will have a Hoosier winner because Renee's in first, and we've got a couple left from the state of Indiana. So third and final shot here with the Rural King sponsored walk the line.
Just not going to be in the cards here for the Rural King Shell Rotella ride at 3:05 and 5.
Yeah, walk the line will have the best mark of the three Kester tractors, moving into 7th place. One left in our competition to see if Renee Theobald will take the win home tonight.
And let's see if we can make it a first and second female finish here. Haley Carrender coming up next in the Hurricane Haley ride, 6th place in the Grand National Points Series, and really since she's been here in the last couple of years has made a great name for herself.
And on the other side, backing up the sled, we got Julia Ray.
Well, I don't think it was the engine. The KPXA guys do a great job putting those together. I think it was just maybe weight on the front. Beating, banging there on that front end right there. And we've seen not only her, but others in the class do it as well. So Renee Theobald, Rick Peters, Troy Arndt, and Adam Bauer, and Brian McDonald. Just about the way you kind of figure out that they would go. Let's check in now with Greg Randall.
Thanks, Doc. I'm here in the Case IH Winner's Circle with Pretty Wicked's Renee Theobald. This year in a Mini, hey, right out of the box, pretty much got the win. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, I've got some pretty good guys behind me that get the motor set up, and it's tuned up pretty good right now.
So I know you're Rookie of the Year, and you had the two-wheel drive. Now you got the Mini. Which is more fun to drive?
Definitely the Mini rod, but I do have to say that I think driving the two-wheel drive for as long as I have has helped me in the seat of the Mini to feel it really well.
I have to say, I think this is the first time I've been in a winner's circle, and we've had 4 different drivers and divisions. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm sure there's some people out there you'd like to thank.
Yes, I'd like to thank my mother and father-in-law, my husband, my 2 sons behind me, Grant and Mason, and Josh Miles and Roger Williams back home, and all the guys that take care of the farm while we're out here playing.
Well, they were out here playing, and they played for the gold, and they took it home here at the Power Pole Nationals in Hutchinson, Minnesota.
Well, congratulations to the Wicked team out of Shelbyville, Indiana. Let's go up next with Pat Island coming up Hampton, Minnesota as we kick off our big and heavy Super Semis.
Keep on trucking. It's going to be the guy to set our mark to beat here in this 350-foot power clay. 6th in points, 1st and 2nd at Toma last year.
Coming right at you, just about knocking the coffee table out. 372 and 9. Wow, keep on trucking.
Yeah, with just passing through in class.
Yeah, they make some custom show trucks here as well. Good crowd on hand tonight. We'll have more semis coming up.
Maybe you've got somewhere to be, work to get done, or it's time for some fun. No matter what gets you there, O'Reilly Auto Parts has a Super Start battery to get things going. Our professional parts people will help you test, find, or install batteries for nearly any vehicle. Super Start. Power, performance, and reliability. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Unleash your diesel with Hot Shot Secret. Scientifically proven to increase power, fuel economy, and reliability. Diesel Extreme and Everyday Diesel Treatment reduce DPF regens by up to 83%. Friction Eliminator followed by FR3 Friction Reducer reduce engine wear by up to 62%. Those aren't random numbers. They're the actual improvements confirmed by third-party testing, keeping your diesel running efficiently. With Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
From AP Productions comes yet another mind-blowing DVD compilation of truck and tractor pulling gone bad. Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 is more explosive than ever, and it's still every puller's worst nightmare. This DVD is non-stop explosive pulling action that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Get your copy today of Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 at ntpapull.com or by calling 614-436-1761. Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 is so hot, it will melt your TV.
Welcome to Arnold's, your Minnesota Case IH dealer. Arnold's is a source of new and used Case IH tractors, combines, planters, and tillage equipment. Come visit one of our 7 locations: Kimball, Wilmer, Glencoe, St. Martin, Mankato, Alden, and St. Cloud, Minnesota. We have been serving the agricultural, construction, and consumer markets with quality products and service since 1945.
Welcome back to NTPA Championship Polling. See us on Facebook and other social media sites, and always go to ntpapoll.com. Schedules, results, lineups, and a whole lot more. Tightening the chain now in our semi-class. This is Craig Braun of Hampton, Minnesota, and the Executioner.
Number 2 in the points last year. Number 1 in Hutchinson last year. So he knows what it takes to win here. Good looking truck. Used to be owned by Big Jack Kilmeyer.
And a little turbo chirp there at the very end. 310 even.
That's going to be short of the just passing through in Class Machine of Island. He says in the back, I ain't scared.
Not at all. Brian Elthorpe up next out of Vermont. Boy, we've had competitors all over the place here in Hutch. This is Nicky's Nightmare.
Yeah, and a big secret to his championship last year was that he, in 2 years in a row, in fact, consistency. He had several top 4s, only one time outside the top 10, or at 10th in Bowling Green.
He is going to just have to power through the smoke and the fire. Boy, you can almost see that coming right there as you went all the way back down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they're getting in there with their AKE fire stop. As we look at the replay, he was having some type of
yeah, there was
leak
a lot
there,
of white smoke there.
And then, yeah.
And that,
a lot of times I start shooting out oil, and the oil ignites, and then wham, there we are.
well, with the NTPA safety equipment there and the good folks from Stop Fire helping out, we got that put away. And just one of those things, you lean on it so hard, you can kind of see it maybe coming and just say, nope, you know what, we're going to go all that we can. You know what? It's time now for Ryan DeBro and the Playing with Fire ride.
Yeah, speaking of a guy who works at a fire department and likes to play a name on his truck there.
He just looked like he was in road gear the whole time. Nothing there, 340 even.
Hey, Ryan powers out to second place. Still 32 feet behind our leader, Pat Island. We have 1 to go, and he's also a former winner here.
Yeah, and since we're on the little topic now, it's Holy Smokes coming up next with Lonnie Saylor out of Oak Park, Minnesota. 31 years of pulling. Lonnie's a good one and had great success. Let's see what he can do tonight as our final puller here from Hutch.
A lot of tough semi-competitors, past and present, from the state of Minnesota. So the fans really love the super semi class up here.
And he's making that hook look real easy. Real easy. 359 even.
going to be second place. Dr. Preload is a sponsor of the Super Sunlight class.
Yep, there you go. Pat Island up first with a 379, and Lonnie Saylor 359 even. A little fire show there, and so much more from Hutchinson, Minnesota. Boy, what a great show. We may have to re-rank the points a little bit going out of here, but I think there's some pullers that can leave with a pretty good feeling for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Renee Theobald have a great run. Colin Ross doubled the weekend. And, hey, we're heading into Toma, Wisconsin next weekend. That's one of the cornerstones on the circuit.
Yeah, you better have everything right and tight for that event. If not, you'll be left in the dust.